today. Meteorologist Tommy House from NBC affiliate KXAN in Austin, Texas, joins us right now. Tommy, let's get straight to this. As thousands of workers are there trying in this rescue effort are there, what's the weather like around them?
Yeah, Richard, we're seeing a bit of a calm down compared to yesterday, but still the flood threat remains persistent, especially through the hill country and big country for the remainder of your Sunday afternoon. Just look at some of these rainfall totals here. It's hard to comprehend the magnitude of this rain that has fallen in just the past few days. And keep in mind, most of this was even probably since overnight Thursday into Friday. So 5 day totals, more realistically, like 2 to 3 day totals. Out toward Mason County, over 20 inches picked up from one of our rain gauges. Out in the hill country, 5 inches in Llano, down to Gillespie County, over 20 inches for portions of Burnett County. Through the I-35 corridor, northwestern Travis County. This fell overnight Friday into Saturday. We also saw it down toward Austin, 5 inches, but through Williamson down toward Hayes County from 2 to 5 inches of rain. And even a little bit for our eastern counties, not nearly as much, but still yesterday they picked up on a significant amount of rain, especially through the afternoon hours. So try to picture these rivers here, because all this rain has fallen way out toward the hill in big country, and then it flows west to east. The San Saba River, Llano River, Pedernales, and Guadalupe River, where unfortunately the Guadalupe River is where it rose more than 20 feet in just a matter of minutes down in Kerr County there. But all of these rivers flow eventually into Lake Buchanan, Marble Falls, and Travis and Canyon Lake, where they've seen significant lower levels from the persistent drought we've been battling here in central Texas. But most, if not all, of these rivers had a significant crest into the major stage. Flood warning still continues up towards San Saba, where they saw a crest over 30 feet. Here's the San Saba River over Friday into Saturday, 34.19 feet at one point, still dropping off a little bit. Now it's below flood stage at this time, but Richard, we were just talking about more rain still continuing possibly today. So it's expected to get back up into that minor, almost moderate category Monday night into Tuesday before finally calming down. So here's where we stand right now, 2:15 Central Time. That tropical low pressure, this is the remnants of Barry, which made landfall almost a week ago on the Mexico coastline. Since then, we're still seeing some very slow-moving stationary clusters of showers and storms, flash flood warning up toward the Waco and Dallas-Fort Worth area for numerous counties there, but still some on and off showers and storms are persistent. So our clouds and radar in-house computer model puts some heavy rain still working its way down toward the hill country, where they've seen those significant rainfall totals through the I-35 corridor, 8:30 for your Sunday evening into the overnight hours, and then we'll wind down. I mean, just a little bit, but we still could see some isolated to widely scattered rounds of torrential rain tomorrow. For now, National Weather Service has a flood watch, which means just be on standby and stay weather aware, get updates, severe weather alerts, because some of these could eventually turn into flash flood warnings given the proper conditions. Now, that same high resolution model is putting out a few inches of rainfall through 11 p.m. tonight. It doesn't mean each city is going to get the exact amount, but an overall trend means much more rain is on the way.
Tommy, any of these conditions that are echoing what we saw before Friday?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see the on and off rain showers and storms obviously continue today through the rest of the holiday weekend. The good news is we'll begin to dry out, but the trade-off is with that comes the 90s and then eventually 100s here in central Texas.
Yeah, I mean, the concern obviously is, will we see a repeat of what happened there in Central Texas, there in Hunt, Texas, specifically in that region? The National Weather Service, NOAA, there's been some questions in yesterday's news briefing about who may have seen what in terms of indications, warning signs. How does that all work? This is a state that is very much used to the storm season and hurricanes and the concern of that. What might be the source of information, and did they get the information that was needed to the ground the way they typically have done, for instance, with hurricanes?
Yeah, I've been down to the National Weather Service office in New Braunfels. Some of those colleagues that we've been through the same requirements to obtain the meteorology degree. I do know that they had 5 meteorologists on staff before that event that happened into early Friday. They issued that flood watch around 1:30 Thursday afternoon with hours of time to try to push and communicate the importance of receiving severe weather alerts, whether that's through a smartphone or even a weather radio, which I would recommend a weather radio. And then, of course, the flash flood warning that happened overnight, especially during the overnight hours, Richard. That's when a lot of people sleep through these severe weather alerts. They put their phone on do not disturb. So I think a weather radio is definitely the best bet that at least we recommend, especially to our audience here in Central Texas, because these flash floods can come up pretty quickly.
Any awareness of what were the warnings that went out to various residents in the area, the leaders of these camps, for instance? You mentioned some of the mechanisms that are typically in place. Not everybody is watching the websites of NOAA and the National Weather Service to get these warnings. You did also say some people put on Do Not Disturb on their phone because there's a possibility of getting warnings through phones as well.
Yeah, so there's a watch versus a warning. A watch is essentially this could happen. So let's be prepared and be weather aware. That's the phrase we like to use. The warning means this is happening at this very moment. A flash flood warning, for instance, is issued when you're seeing either a huge runoff of perhaps a river or even urban environments. Flash flood warnings are certainly possible. Flash flood emergency is the highest possible magnitude of a flash flood warning. That was issued in that same area in Kirk County, one that was unfolding early for your Friday. It also happened in Travis County twice in the span of 24 hours. And then a flood warning, which is different from a flood watch, and a flash flood warning is more geared toward rivers. So, for example, San Saba still has that flood warning through the evening hours here in Central Texas.
Meteorologist Tommy House from NBC affiliate KXAN in Austin, Texas. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, we are thinking about the state as they go through recovery there. And a reminder to all of you that we do expect a briefing